Good evening. I am Greg Marcus, ORT Ohio Region Board President. I want to thank you for joining us this evening in celebration of ORT's 50th anniversary of the brunch and the 24th Jurisprudence event. Although we hope to be in person, we are thrilled you joined us from the comfort of your own home for an evening of celebration. We have spent months planning a large in-person gathering, but ultimately, with the uncertainty of COVID-19, we felt we had no choice but to create an exciting virtual event. ORT Ohio is honored to present the 24th Annual Jurisprudence Award to Jill Helfman and Paul Singerman. They have both distinguished themselves as leaders within their legal professions as well as the Jewish and general communities. I want to thank Jill and Paul for being enthusiastic partners in planning tonight's event and their interest in gaining a deeper understanding of ORT's mission, especially during these unprecedented times in the world. In a typical year, we hold two events, the Jurisprudence Awards in June and the brunch in October. Because of the pandemic, we decided to combine them. This year, we celebrate the brunch's 50th milestone year, which has been the focal point of our annual campaign. Since 1972, we have come together to reflect upon ORT's accomplishments and recognize individuals whose leadership and dedication have made a significant impact in our community. Please refer to your program for the list of past honorees. We look forward to hosting our annual brunch next year, hopefully in person, to honor another great leader in our community. I want to thank Jill Oakland and Ken Liftman, our Jurisprudence event co-chairs, along with the steering committee, for their hard work, fundraising efforts, and flexibility in planning this event. I want to recognize Alyssa Gitterman, Associate Director for Ohio, who joined ORT just over 1 year ago. She has skillfully navigated and helped grow our organization during the ongoing pandemic and has been a great partner for me to work with. Finally, I want to acknowledge tonight's sponsors. Our presenting sponsor is the Sill and Perlmutter families, and our benefactor sponsors are Staff, Stettinius, and Hollister, as well as Singerman, Mills, Desberg, and Counts. We are grateful for your generous support of our honorees and ORT's mission. Your commitment helps us meet the ongoing needs of the students and teachers worldwide. It is now my pleasure to turn over the program to the ORT America President and CEO, Barbara Birch.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much, Greg, for inviting me to be with you and be part of your program tonight, celebrating your honorees and ORT Ohio, your leadership, your loyal supporters, and all of the important contributions you've made to ORT America and World ORT over the years. ORT's global educational organization, driven by Jewish values and innovation, prepares people and communities to live meaningful, self-sufficient lives. Our network of 40 schools and educational programs in more than 30 countries reach 200,000 people, students, teachers, parents, families, communities, Jews and non-Jews, adults and children. ORT's focus has always been on modern-day trades and skills that would enable people to advance, to be independent, gain social mobility, and contribute to their communities. ORT's mission remains rooted in educating people for success, even as it has evolved over time. Today's economy requires a strong foundation in science, technology, engineering, and math. And our Jewish communities have migrated and experienced social and economic changes. And ORT has adapted, playing an important role in preserving Jewish communities, rebuilding Jewish life, and educating people for successful careers. ORT weaves together its original principle of educating for life with the Jewish experience and the concept of global citizenship, so that we educate people to not only be successful personally, but to be able to make a difference in the world around them. ORT students learn how to apply their education to the big challenges that impact us every day. They can respond to climate change, they can achieve medical advancements, and they can make a difference in their communities. Today, ORT's educational programs in Israel, where scientific advancements, technology, and innovation take center stage, serve thousands in the geographic and socioeconomic periphery. We are leveling the playing field and giving students access to what might otherwise be unreachable. One of our flagship programs in Israel that you're all supporting with your generosity tonight is our University Centers of Excellence, which seek to strengthen Israel by providing educational, academic, and career-related resources to the communities that make up Israel's lower socioeconomic and geographic periphery. There is a particular need in Israel to bridge the gap between the wealthier communities and the periphery, especially regarding the STEM subjects. University offers challenging, fun, practical learning experiences for young people so they can acquire leadership skills, independent learning, digital literacy, problem solving, artistic expression, teamwork, and creativity. Crucial capabilities to compete in the academic world and the job market that lies ahead for them. Outside of Israel, ORT's pluralistic Jewish schools play a major role in connecting Jews with their Jewish culture and heritage at an early age, and they bring their families with them. As we invest in the STEM program in schools throughout Europe, Latin America, and the former Soviet Union, we are really making a difference in Jewish life and supporting Jewish peoplehood around the world. Thank you for your generosity tonight and always. I wish you a meaningful and successful event and really look forward to being together soon. Now, I believe we're going to meet our 2021 Jurisprudence Award recipients, and I'm delighted to welcome Ohio Board Member Shauna Rosner to begin the presentations.
Good evening. I'm Shauna Rosner. I'm new to the ORT board this year, but not the ORT mission, and I've been a Jurisprudence Award Committee member since 2019. Professionally, I'm an attorney leading a legal division of an executive search firm. While I'm here to introduce and present the award to Jill Helfman, I also want to congratulate Paul Singerman. I've had the privilege of getting to know Paul on a professional level and have been aware of his extensive involvement in the community for some time. You are very deserving of this award, Paul. I have known Jill Helfman for over 10 years. My oldest child and her youngest became friends in elementary school and chose to go to the same Jewish overnight camp in middle school. The boys elected the same extracurricular activities during high school as well. Jill's busy work schedule as a successful divorce attorney at one of the largest law firms in the city, her managing role at her firm, and her steadfast commitment to various organizations, Jewish and non-Jewish causes alike, never prevented her from attending her kids' activities or sporting events. She was always the best dressed in the stands, coming from the court or her office, often while in the middle of representing an individual in a contentious divorce. And I never saw her sweat it. Not an easy feat. Jill's devotion to her family is apparent, yet somehow she manages to do so much more for her profession and the community. She does it all with grace and without skipping a beat. She is truly an inspiration to all who know her. Jill has been a partner at Tass, Titinius & Hollister for the past 21 years. She has chaired the domestic relations practice group at her firm for almost 5 years and has been co-partner in charge of the Cleveland office since 2018. Jill is a fellow of the prestigious American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers and is a former president of the Ohio chapter. She has received multiple honors for her practice of law, too many to mention in the short time I am allotted to speak today. In her spare time, Jill has been an active member of Park Synagogue, serving on the board and as chair of Mitzvah Day for many years. She has served as chair of the leadership board of the University Hospitals of Cleveland. She was nominated by the Cleveland Jewish News in 2015 as a difference maker, an honor for her invaluable contribution for the betterment of our Jewish community. In 2019, she co-chaired the 8th annual Launch House Bootstrap Bash, an event celebrating the entrepreneurial community of Greater Cleveland. As you can tell, Jill is unwavering in her commitment to help others and better our community. As a female professional in the legal field, she has risen to the top of her practice area and has taken on a leadership role not shared by many women. Jill is devoted to helping other women and diverse professionals join her in the top ranks of their firm and profession. When I began a new career a few years back as a legal recruiter, Jill was eager to help me and introduce me to her firm. She was also willing to provide support I needed by forwarding me the contact information of her nanny who still works with us today. I can assure you not many women are willing to share a valuable contact like that. Jill didn't think twice about it. That is just part of her generous nature. Over the years, I've had the privilege of getting to know some of Jill's family. Her husband, Brad, their 3 children, Jared, Lindsay, and Justin, her parents, who I had the pleasure of seeing at every concert and sporting event, and her brother and sister-in-law, Bruce and Stacy. Devotion, commitment, generosity, and genuineness are words that I would use to describe the entire Friedman-Helfman family, and I'm sure they are all so proud of you today, Jill. Congratulations, Jill Helfman, on being awarded the 2021 Jurisprudence Award. Our Jewish community, the greater Cleveland community, and the legal community, are all of which you are an integral part, are fortunate to have you as a stellar leader and role model.
Thank you. Thank you, Shauna. I appreciate your kind introduction. And as a lawyer yourself, an accomplished businesswoman, a dedicated volunteer for ORT, and a busy mother of 4 beautiful young men, you inspire me. I am truly humbled by this amazing honor. For years, I have been in awe of the lawyers and judges who received this award. The past recipients list is a who's who of legal giants in Northeast Ohio. To be counted among them, such a distinguished group, is indeed an honor. I think back to the time when I graduated from law school, began working for a very small firm, and pondered what kind of lawyer I wanted to be. Did I want to represent individuals or businesses? Did I want to litigate in court or choose a practice that never required entering a courtroom? But the question I asked myself at the beginning and throughout my career has always been, how will I make a difference? In trying to decide how I would make a difference in my career and in my life, my father, David Friedman, was my consummate role model. He too was a lawyer, practicing first in Barberton and then in Akron. As I was growing up, I remember observing the way he practiced and how he easily established friendships with and the respect of other lawyers and judges. I watched with great admiration his unselfish contribution to the greater good. Not only did he practice law for over 60 years, but he also volunteered to lead numerous organizations such as the Akron Jewish Center, B'nai B'rith, the Barberton Chamber of Commerce, and United Way, never seeking the spotlight. Watching him become successful in his career and still insisting on giving back to the community, I knew the trajectory for which I sought to focus both my professional career and my personal life. My father, who passed away unexpectedly on July 4th, was thrilled beyond belief to learn that I would be honored with this award, and I dedicate this award to him. Fast forward 34 years from the time I began practicing law and trying to decide what kind of lawyer I wanted to be. I am no longer practicing law in a small firm. I have been a partner at Taft, Stettinius & Hollister, a firm of 650 lawyers for over 21 years, and in the last few years serving as co-partner in charge of the firm's Cleveland office. I have made it my goal to not only practice law full-time, but to also, like my father, find a way to make our community stronger and better. It is important to me that I find a way to give back to others by contributing to numerous organizations, both professionally and personally. Professionally, I am a fellow of the American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers and served as the president of its Ohio chapter. In my spare time, I too am active in several organizations and on several boards for which I have a passion. For example, I served as chair of the leadership board of University Hospitals Partnership for Families and currently serve as a board member of Friendship Circle and Park Synagogue. I volunteer when I am able at the Cleveland Food Bank, at Park Synagogue's Mitzvah Day, and I assist in cleaning up older cemeteries around Cleveland. Being honored by ORT hits especially close to home for me. Like ORT, my husband and I know oh so well how important a good education can be. When our 3 children were born, Brad and I agreed that one of the highest priorities would be to provide Jared, Lindsay, and Justin with the best education possible. We agreed, and continue to agree, that this would be the greatest gift we could provide to our children. ORT's mission, to provide a global education network driven by Jewish values and innovation, preparing people and communities for meaningful, self-sufficient futures, parallels our goals. I am grateful to ORT for all of its work for the last 140 years, breaking through social and economic barriers by providing access to education and job training grounded in Jewish values. ORT has clearly created a recipe for success. I also want to extend my personal congratulations to my friend and co-recipient of the ORT Jurisprudence Award, Paul Singerman. Paul, you are so deserving of ORT's highest national award. I know for a fact that you are an accomplished lawyer, that you have become a role model for others to emulate, and that through your numerous volunteer positions, you have improved the quality of life for so many. And special congratulations to Jill Oken for being honored with the Robert Sill Leadership Award. In light of your passion for ORT's mission, the Jewish community, and your interest in education leading to economic independence, you are indeed deserving of this award. I accept this award with intense gratitude to ORT for all of the amazing things that ORT has done and will continue to do in supporting educating people all over the world, thereby allowing them to live self-sufficient, meaningful lives. I am truly humbled. Thank you to my colleagues at Taft, my family and friends, and all of you here today for your support of ORT and your attendance at this celebration in this virtual environment.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Adrian Thompson. I'm co-partner in charge with Jill of the Cleveland office of Taft's, Jatinius and Hollister. And this evening, we'd like to congratulate Jill on behalf of all Taft for receiving this prestigious award. Jill is very deserving of this award for many reasons. One of this is her role as co-partner of charge with me in Cleveland to make certain that the Cleveland office is the employer of choice, inclusive employer of choice in Cleveland, in Northeast Ohio.
We're really proud of her for getting the award, and one of the other reasons I think she's deserving of it is she serves as a role model, a mentor, and a coach to the women in this law firm, showing them in her leadership position that anything is possible and encouraging them in growing in their careers. So congratulations, Jill.
Congratulations, Jill.
Jill and Paul, we want to wish you mazel tov on this wonderful honor from ORT. It's a wonderful organization, and we're super, super proud of you. So
Congratulations
and mazel tov.
Mazel tov and best wishes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Congratulations, Jill, a truly well-deserved honor. While I am here to introduce Paul, this is a well-connected transition because I had the privilege of going to high school, college, and law school with Jill, although I am a couple years older. My name is Gary Desberg, and I am a principal at the law firm of Singerman Mills, Desberg & Counts. I have served on the board of ORT since 2003, on its executive committee since 2005. I served as board president in 2016 and 2017, and I currently serve as immediate past president. I have known Paul for 35 years, ever since I came back to Cleveland from Columbus in 1986. I joined Paul as the second associate, Paul being the first, of the law firm of Barrett, Perlin and Mills, a boutique real estate and corporate law firm. We were colleagues at BPM until 2000 when we merged with Squire Sanders. After about a year, Paul and I and two other partners, Bill Mills and Ed Counts, decided to take an entrepreneurial leap, and in 2001 we started our current firm, Singer Mills, Desberg & Counts. During the past 20 years, Paul has taken the lead in building our firm from 4 lawyers and 2 staff members in 2001 to 20 lawyers and 10 staff members today. So I guess that pretty much sums up 35 years of our relationship. I was told I only had about 4 minutes to do this, although I will fail miserably and go longer. I do know that everybody watching this either has seen or has had access to Paul's bio and is aware of his myriad accomplishments and activities in the community. From being past president and emeritus director of Temple Israel near Tamid in Mayfield Heights, to past president and emeritus director of the Cleveland Jewish News Foundation, president of SMDK from its inception to 2020, a first vice president and a member of the board of trustees of the Cleveland National Air Show, and the current chairperson and a member of the board of directors of the Cleveland Jewish Publication Company. Professionally, Paul has been named an Ohio Super Lawyer by Cincinnati Magazine every year since 2004, and has been named in the Best Lawyers in America every year since 2007. He was named Real Estate Lawyer of the Year in Cleveland by Best Lawyers in 2019, and then again this year. While the honors are impressive, Paul's professional success is reflected by the fact that he has retained some of the same clients he had when we started working together 35 years ago. In addition, as a business lawyer, one of the highest forms of compliment occurs when you finish a transaction and the client on the other side of the deal is so impressed that he or she hires you going forward. That has happened to Paul on numerous occasions. And while everything I've said thus far is terrific and reflects Paul's worthiness for this award, I do want to share with you a few of Paul's attributes that illustrate who he is and why his accomplishments should not come as a surprise to anybody. First, Paul is pragmatic. Professionals in general, and lawyers in particular, can sometimes get caught up in the theoretical approaches to issues and become lost in details. Paul possesses the rare ability to quickly take a set of complex facts and distill them down in an organized manner to address succinctly the important issues. As Paul and I often muse, clients don't pay lawyers to tell them how many angels can dance on the head of a pin. At some point, you need somebody who can get something done. Second, Paul's accessible. There's a saying that if you need something done, ask the busiest person you know to do it. Paul regularly was the first person in the office and the last person to leave. Yet he has always had an open door policy. Anyone from partners to associates to staff could always have his ear. For Paul, taking the time was no problem. Friday would inevitably roll around, and in his words, there were, quote, only 2 more working days until Monday. Third, Paul is unfazed. In the heat of a transaction, things can become extremely time sensitive and stressful. Clients can be demanding, and the opposite side can be very difficult. In short, these matters can become testy, and one can easily become worn down, take things personally, and react solely based on emotion. As most of us would agree, acting solely based on emotion seldom leads to a good outcome. Despite all the tumult, Paul has the ability to be as objective and clear-eyed as anybody I have ever known, never letting his judgment be impaired by his own personal feelings. And as I've often told him, you are nearly impossible to insult. Fourth, Paul is loyal. In the legal profession, there's an ethical obligation to act with reasonable diligence on behalf of a client. In simple terms, this means that a lawyer must be there for his or her client when the client needs a lawyer, and that the lawyer must put the client's needs ahead of his or her own. Paul adheres to this maxim not only in a professional capacity, but personally as well. We all know people who are self-interested. Paul is the opposite. Whenever I've seen him presented with two alternatives, one of which places his own interests ahead of others, he has never even been tempted to do so. He's always taken the high road. He is truly always looking out for the other guy. So in sum, Paul's ability to be pragmatic, accessible, unfazed, and loyal are the reasons he's been sought out by clients and by the community time and time again. His reputation, personally, professionally, and in the community are spotless. I am grateful that our paths crossed serendipitously 35 years ago, and I'm thrilled to be able to call Paul a great friend and a great business partner. And given my history with ORT and with Paul, I'm incredibly proud and honored to present the 2021 ORT Jurisprudence Award to Paul Singerman.
Thanks, Gary. Really appreciate it. If we weren't sitting, I'd give you a hug. Okay. Thank you, Gary. I truly appreciate the kind words. It's hard to believe it's been 35 years. Good evening. It's great to be here with you tonight, even if only virtually. I told those that called to congratulate me for this award that as you get older, they start to run out of people to honor, and they've finally gotten down to me. Seriously, however, I am extremely honored to receive ORT's Jurisprudence Award. Over the years, this award has been bestowed upon many of Cleveland's legal icons. I am humbled to be included with these excellent lawyers and civic leaders in receiving this award. I am particularly honored to share this evening with my friend Jill Helfman, a truly terrific person and lawyer who has done a great deal for the Cleveland legal and civic community. While I can think of no one who I'd rather share this honor with, I must tell you it was a bit intimidating to have my picture next to Jill's in all of the marketing materials for this event. She clearly takes a much better picture than I do. This award is particularly meaningful to me on this day. This is my father's yurt site. He passed away 3 years ago today. I'm pretty sure that he's looking down very proudly tonight. This award is also meaningful because ORT is all about education. Founded in Russia in 1880, ORT has been transforming lives through training and education ever since. Grounded in Jewish values, ORT provides the best high-quality STEM education to students in 30 different countries. The ORT network reaches more than 200,000 people a year in schools, universities, and vocational training programs, preparing people from all walks of life for meaningful, self-sufficient, and successful futures. My grandmothers and my mother were involved with ORT when I was growing up. At that time, I didn't really understand what ORT was. It was not until my partner, Gary Desberg, introduced me to ORT 10 or so years ago that I learned the significant work done by ORT throughout the world. Education has always been a cornerstone of my family. From a very early age, my parents stressed the importance of education. They pushed my brothers, my sister, and I to make sure we went to college and earned professional degrees. When we would get restless and want to quit, my father would say, "Get the degree, they can never take it away from you." Education was front and center in my life from a very young age throughout my whole entire professional career. My parents managed to live the dreams of all Jewish parents of their generation as it relates to education. Their children are lawyers, a doctor, and a CPA. For the past 38 years, I've had the privilege of practicing law and being involved in the vibrant Cleveland Jewish and legal community. I've been extremely fortunate during my legal career to have worked with and learned from some of the finest lawyers in the city of Cleveland. I started my career at Burkhaber and Barrick, now McDonald Hopkins. After 3 years at BHB, I left with a very talented group of lawyers and became the loan associate at Barrick, Perlman and Mills, a small real estate transactional boutique firm. 6 months after the formation of BPM, my partner and good friend Gary Desberg joined BPM. Gary and I have had the good fortune to learn how to be lawyers by watching, working with, and learning from Jim Barrick, Sam Perlman of blessed memory, and Oz Mills, 3 of the most accomplished lawyers in town. As Gary said, in 2000, BPM merged with what was then Squires Sanders and Dempsey, and now Squire Patton Boggs. After a year of SS&D, Gary and I, along with our partners Bill Mills and Ed Counts, left and formed Singerman Mills, Desberg and Counts. Our goal was to create a real estate business and transactional boutique firm in the mold of BPM. Our mission was to provide high-quality legal services in a small firm setting. Fast forward 20 years, and our firm has grown from 4 lawyers to 20, and we have, I believe, managed to achieve our goal of creating an extremely high-quality firm with excellent lawyers that provide our clients with great service, excuse me, and as our tagline reads, peace of mind. I am extremely proud of our SMDK family and the work we do. When talking to young lawyers, I stress the importance of becoming involved and giving back to the community. Over the years, I've been asked by lawyers in the firm which organizations they should become involved in. When asked that question, I respond that you should not become involved with nonprofit and community organizations with an eye towards your legal career. Rather, you should find something that you are passionate about and become involved, not because you believe it will be a good marketing tool or good for your career, but because you believe in the organization and its mission. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to take on leadership roles with various nonprofit and civic organizations. I am an aviation enthusiast, and as Gary mentioned, I've been on the board of trustees and executive officer of the Cleveland National Air Show for many years. I've also been on the board of directors and the president of my synagogue. Over the years, I've been involved as a speaker and as the chair of the Real Estate Institute put on annually by the Cleveland Metropolitan Bar Association. A decade ago, at the urging of my friend and client, Susan Levine, I became involved as a member of the board of directors of the Cleveland Jewish News Foundation. As a result of my affiliation with the CJN Foundation, I became a member of the board of directors of the Cleveland Jewish Publication Company, the publisher of the Cleveland and Columbus Jewish News. I now have the privilege of serving as board chair of the CJPC. The CJPC, like ORT, is all about education. The goal and mission of the CJPC is to educate the communities which it serves about matters of importance to the Jewish community. My role in each of these organizations has provided me with meaningful opportunities to give back and hopefully make a difference. I look forward to continuing to work hard and give back to this community that has been so important to me for my entire life. In conclusion, I again want to thank ORT for this award. I also want to thank my partners and colleagues for their support that has enabled me to devote time to civic projects. One person who I'd like to thank specifically is my assistant, Nancy Zola. Nancy has been my assistant my entire legal career. Nancy's hard work in keeping me organized and on track has played a large part in my success as a lawyer. I also want to thank my family, friends, and clients who have made this evening a success for ORT by making donations in my honor. It is extremely unfortunate that this event could not be held in person so that I would have the opportunity to thank each of you personally this evening. Please know that I truly appreciate your love, friendship, and support. Finally, and most importantly, I'd like to thank my wife, Kim, who has been my best friend and biggest cheerleader for more than 40 years. Kim, without your undying support and encouragement, I would not be here tonight. You have always pushed me and enabled me to be the best that I can be. I love you very much and can never thank you enough.
Dear Paul, Erwin and I are so proud of you in achieving this beautiful and well-deserved award. You deserve every award out there. We have been friends, you and I, since second grade in elementary school, and we look so forward to more awards to be bestowed upon you.
Mazel tov, Paul. Congratulations on such a wonderful award and recognition. We love you, and more to come.
Mwah.
Hello, I'm Ron Teplitsky, president of the law firm of Singerman, Mills, Desberg & Counts. On behalf of our law firm, I'd like to congratulate our chairman, Paul Singerman, on his ORT 2021 Jurisprudence Award. Not only do we thank Paul for what he does every day for our clients and our firm, but we also thank him for all he does on a daily basis for the Northeast Ohio community. In addition, I want to pass along my personal congratulations to my law school classmate and friend, Jill Helfman, the co-partner in charge of the Taft Law Firm's Cleveland office, on her ORT 2021 Jurisprudence Award. Both Paul and Jill are so deserving of this prestigious honor. Congratulations, Paul and Jill.
I now would like to introduce Eileen Sill to present the Robert Sill Leadership Award.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Eileen Sill. My husband, Robert Sill, better known as Bob, was a founding member and past president of Cleveland Men's ORT, which later became ORT America. He also served as national president of ORT America and chairman of the board of World ORT. One of the joys of Bob's life was traveling to ORT schools and programs around the world. Seeing the ORT programs in operation and meeting the dedicated teachers, eager students, and grateful families was the most fulfilling part of his long-standing dedication to ORT. I was fortunate enough to accompany Bob on many of these trips, and I too got tremendous joy and satisfaction from seeing these fabulous ORT schools. When Bob passed away, we couldn't think of a better way to honor his legacy than to create an award in his honor, the Robert Sill Leadership Award. This award is given to a deserving ORTist to allow them to experience firsthand Bob's great passion for ORT. The award is given to a leader from the Cleveland community who exemplifies a commitment to ORT and will allow them to travel with ORT, visit ORT programs, to gain a deeper understanding and passion for the organization's work around the globe. We are privileged to be giving this year's second annual Robert Sill Leadership Award to Jill Oken. Jill is a partner at Porter, Wright, Morris, and Arthur, and has spent many years serving as a board member of ORT Ohio and as the Jurisprudence event chair. I have never had the pleasure of meeting Jill until today, but from all reports, she is very deserving of this award. I know Bob would be very pleased with her as the recipient. Congratulations, Jill. We can't wait to see where your travels take you and look forward to experiencing Bob's greatest pleasures.
Thank you, Eileen. I am honored and humbled to receive this prestigious award. I want to thank the Sill family for all you have done for ORT, especially Bob Sill for his years of leadership and dedication to ORT and the important legacy you have left through this award. I first became involved with ORT roughly 15 years ago and have been serving on the board for about the last 10 years. As a lawyer, my introduction to ORT came through the annual Jurisprudence Award Dinner, which is the subject of tonight's event. As I became more involved and impressed with the work ORT does, I visited an ORT school in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and was genuinely bowled over by the work being done. The overall ORT philosophy of education as a means of self-sufficiency, the staff, facilities, and the remarkable students. Through the years, I have grown in the organization and have been co-chairing the Jurisprudence Award event for the last several years. I also serve as the board treasurer. With this award, I'm hoping to travel to Israel when it is safe again and see the Kfar Silver Youth Village. The Ohio region of ORT has over the years raised substantial money for the school's renovations, and I am proud and anxious to see the work done and the improvements made in the school. Again, I want to thank Eileen and the Sill family. This award is very meaningful and appreciated, as is your dedication and devotion to such a worthwhile and important cause. Thank you.
Good evening. I've been given the honor of closing tonight's event. Unfortunately, it had to be virtual because of the state of the world, but next year we're going to do it in person. My name is Ken Liffman. I'm co-chair of the Jurisprudence Awards annual event. I'm proud to say that I've been involved with ORT for over 25 years. I chose ORT as actually the first organization in Cleveland that I got involved with, primarily because of the wonder of education. My parents came from Europe, and so I'm first generation. Had they not been educated, I would not have had the opportunities that I've had. I want to congratulate everyone involved in this wonderful program, and particularly honorees Jill and Paul and Jill Oken. Jill and Paul received this year's Jurisprudence Award. My co-chair, Jill Oken, received the Bob Sill Award. You're all such wonderful leaders in our fabulous community. Thank you for all you do to make our general community and the legal community stronger here in Cleveland. On behalf of the Ohio region of ORT America and ORT students around the globe, thank you all for joining us tonight. Each of us is aware that our education was key to the opportunities we've had in our lives today and the success we've achieved. By supporting ORT with your time and your money, you provide others approximately 300,000 kids around the world with the same kinds of opportunities to receive the education and training they need to succeed in life. Thank you to our wonderful sponsors for supporting tonight's event. In these unprecedented times, we are truly grateful for your support. Thanks, as I said earlier, for joining us virtually. We look forward to being together next year in person. Night.
My name is Anne Marie Ahern, and I am a strategic principal at the law firm of McCarthy, Levitt, Crystal, and Liffman. As proud supporters of ORT Ohio, and on behalf of all of our attorneys and staff, I want to express our congratulations to this year's honorees and to thank them and ORT Ohio for their many contributions to our community.